everybody, welcome back to a brand new tech video. In today's tech video, I'm going to demonstrate, I'm going to explain the best core equipment for anyone that wants to start content creation, whether you want to upload or create films for YouTube or Facebook. This is what this video is mainly going to be about. So if you're not interested in a content creator or not interested in maybe being one as such, you may not find this video helpful. But if you are interested in being a content creator for any means, whether it's like a vlogger, a photographer, anything like that, anything what you're interested in, then you will find this video helpful. So if it did help you, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new, share the content. With that being said, let's get into it. So the first thing, I'm going to go through everybody is your mobile phones. Now, I'm going to talk about more of the iPhone in this video, everybody, like iOS. I might actually post another video where I talk more about the Android and its compatibilities and whatnot. So if you do want that video, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so the first thing I'm going to show you, everybody, is on Amazon. So the core iPhone I recommend, everybody, and it's not the latest models, because if anyone's on a budget, you don't want to fork out £1,000 for a handset. You want to keep the price low. So I do reckon the minimum should be an iPhone 12. That is the minimum I recommend. Ideally a 13. But I know the 13 isn't really that cheap, really, because I had the 13 for 2 years, but then I bought mine, brand new. So I don't expect for anyone else to buy theirs brand new, because if anyone's on a budget and whatnot, you don't want to pay that lot of money. But for anyone that wants a 13, everybody, just look around on a website. I don't suggest looking on any website because you don't know if that's legitimate and you don't want to get scammed. So stick to verified providers like Amazon and eBay. I wouldn't go to Facebook Marketplace because you haven't got any guarantee or warranty. But yeah, if you ever wanted a higher model, those are the best services to use. As you can see there, the iPhone 12, I wouldn't really suggest getting the 64 gigabyte. But if you wasn't too fussed really in creating frequent videos, I think the base model might suffice, but it all depends whether you want to keep your handset for 6 months or more, because the storage do go quite fast. And I did have a 64 gig iPad, everybody, and if you didn't already see that video where I explain is it right for you, then do check that out and I'll put it on screen now. So yeah, that explains it more in detail. So ideally you want more of a 256 gig, ideally if you want to create more videos, but maybe 128 gig is a really good one to consider as well. I would suggest just leaving the 64 gig well and truly out the door, because haven't got really a purpose for anybody. But you can see the 128 gigabyte, £260. So it's really good price there. But you can get it cheaper on eBay, and I will discuss eBay in a second. But just looking how much, the iPhone 11 even, but then you want to make sure you're getting the latest updates and services from Apple, so then your devices are secure. But yeah, it's not bad going for Amazon, everybody. So let's try eBay. So iPhone 12. Now I'm just talking about the base model, everybody. So no Pro Maxes or Pros or anything like that. 128 gig. Let's see how much it is on eBay. So the way I just search, everybody, if I click on buy it now, I will cover some of this information up though. Condition, so you can either have it new or opened or even refurbished. I do find refurbished models are good and definitely a go-to if you wanted to just have a refurbished model. It doesn't really harm the device if you wanted to choose that. All it'll be really is just maybe the battery level and the wear. So if it has been used for maybe 6 months usage and it's then refurbished because the previous owner had it for that long, the battery level or the battery health might go down. But that's just what you expect really from a refurbished device. But I don't think it'll just affect the battery if in that way. I mean, maybe you have to frequently use the power supply to charge it up. But it's not a massive setback. It's not something that would make you think, should I really get this refurbished? What are my rights, etc. Because eBay do offer money back schemes. So if it doesn't live up to your expectations, you can return it and you can get your money back that way. As you can see there, 250. So same price nearly on Amazon, if not £10 more expensive. But if you sort it out, so sort best match, I go for lowest price and post and packaging. So the mini sizes, mini, I would stick to the standard, but even the mini, I think they got good cameras as well. So it's about £250 there, everybody. So, or 220, but then that's the size below the standard model. But yeah, but it's just, a case of looking around. I mean, 250, you can even get it for your present if you really wanted to, So video editors, everybody, I recommend this for the iOS App Store. It's called Rillo, and it's my first video editor. So it's good for beginners. I mean, you can automatically, or you can learn the app, and it'll take you probably less than an hour and a half just to learn all of it. But it's really handy. It's like, I wouldn't say it's more advanced if you like Adobe Premiere Pro, but it's definitely not too over exhaustive on the app. It's more or less just beginner, but then a step upwards. So it's not intermediate in any way, but you could find that when you open the app for the first time, it can be overwhelming in terms of discovering where things are, like your text, your video inputs, your overlays. But when you get to know all that different things, I think it's masterable. I don't think for 1 minute that you'll be confused on the first day of using it. But if you are, let me know, everybody, in the comments, and I'll try and find another video editor. But I do suggest this one. Reason being is there's no export times. I do think you can change some of the video sizes if you wanted a smaller size. I think that gives you the option on the export variants there. And it's high def as well, but you can even export it to 4K if you really wanted to. But if you want to get the 128 gig, I think a 1080p video is still fantastic. You don't really need 4K. I mean, 720 is probably outdated, but 1080 still got something going for it. And I do reckon that's the minimum to export videos in, because it produces really good quality for it. So that's the video editors, everybody. So I'm just going to discuss now how you get your YouTube channel going, essentially. So you need to decorate your channel if you want to get people to to view your channel, essentially. So if people view your channel, you want to make it eye-catchy. You think, this, if you come to this channel, expect this and this content. So you don't want it where your YouTube channel is plain, because nobody's going to know what content you're producing, how regular the videos are going to go out, and how anyone's going to contact you. I mean, if you don't have a website, or if you don't have social media accounts, or or even if you have an email, essentially, you want to put that on your banner. So if anyone that wants to get in contact, that's the way to do so. So for this, I recommend Canva. It's a free account that's required to use its services, but it doesn't give a watermark on the project. And I think you can do pretty much any project on here without a limitation. So, that's a good one for Canva. I don't really recommend creating a blank YouTube banner, everybody, because it can take forever to get the measurements correct, and when you do, you find you have to adjust the smaller bits, just to get it all in. So it is hard work, considering that they don't they don't offer any grid lines. So before you can go over or under, you can prevent going over. But none of these services offer grid lines, so that prevent you from going over the required measurements. So that is frustrating by any means, because it just means you've got to spend more time doing a banner, which in theory could just take up to 30 minutes. But if you use the second banner over here, I believe this one here, I do think it's already measured. You just need to customize this, to suit it for your branding or for your channel. So this is just an example. You can edit any of these. You can even change some of the background, if you wanted that to be red or change all. I mean, might just change the backdrop, but I'm pretty sure you can change any of these, I believe, because it's all customizable. Photo colors, or if it's not customizable, you can just delete stuff. So if you don't want it, you can just delete and delete it again. But keep the blue background there, everybody, just so you know that is your measurement, so you can't go over, because then if you do go over it, people isn't going to see what material is on there, or it would be just too squished in, sort of thing. So if you just delete all this content that you don't need, because it's from an example one, just delete every bit of content that you don't want, like all these different sort of thin lines, and that's just your backdrop there. So you can add your text, you can add your text box. So for this one, I could just put in as an example, gardening zone. And then you want to put that as your main title there, so then people know that this is the Gardening Zone channel. Then you can write your slogan underneath there if you want to add that in, or if you just want to put new videos. So new videos, say every Saturday 5 PM. Now you can just leave that plain, or you can just add your graphics as well, so you can contact us on or me on, whatever sounds better. And then you can just enter your email account in there, or email address in there, or just leave your social medias and stuff like that. So if you wanted to add any sort of graphics, so go into Elements. So I'm just going to use garden graphics. Some of it is the Pro, everybody. So if you do want to use any of the Pro graphics, it will contain a watermark that you can't remove. So if you want to make it as watermark free, and for anyone to wonder, oh, this is a cool banner, how did this creator make it? If you want to keep it that, I do suggest leaving out the Pro elements out of your projects. So garden, so just put a sun on there, anything and anything, mostly everyday graphics are in the library, so you don't have to worry about running out of resources. But that's just a basic little draft of a banner. It's fully customizable. You can just change your fonts, effects. So definitely use Canva for your banner, because if you were to export it, you don't have to worry about watermarks, you don't have to worry about anything, and anything that's mostly in the library you can use. You can even upload your own files. You can even draw on it. So if you've got like a pencil or something like that, or a Bluetooth pencil, you can even just draw anything on the actual banner there. So if you've got a particularly cool idea, like if you want to draw spirals on the banner there, I think that's a pretty good feature to have on Canva. You can just do anything with the markup tool. So yeah, pretty good add-on there. And once you've done it, you can just click on the share button there, and you can just export your graphic. So that's what you do with the banner, everybody. So I'm going to just touch on briefly about the logo of your YouTube channel or Facebook channel. I think Facebook is the same. I think you can use the same icon for Facebook. It's called freelogodesign.org, everybody. And once you're on the logo part of the website, just click Start Without a Template. I would just change the background instantly there to red, so if you want to do a circle, where that content and your icon's got to be. So I go into shapes, I just do the outline of a circle, place it in the center, and then I use all the fill options there to change how it's going to look. So you can use it just white or black, or even at your outline. So like that, and then I'll just, put something random in there. So I'll go into elements, then I'll go into icons. But bear in mind, you can just type in anything. So if you want binoculars, I believe they do have mostly everything here. So just add it into the circle. Like that. So it fills most of the circle. So everyone that comes past this icon, is going to represent your branding. So if you wanted to have your channel there, or if you've got like shortcuts, so I use the same icon for my channel, Discoveries in Dereliction. Yeah, so it's up to you how you brand your channel, how you make the icons work. You can just pick up some text elements on there. Then once you're done, essentially, I know I can't actually show it because it's behind the camera, behind my camera, and I can't move it. But once you finish, it should say a little export option at the top there. Click on that once, and then you can save your design, and then you can add it to your channel. So that's about the icon ability. Briefly though, if you want to do a thumbnail for your videos as a beginner, I do suggest wepick.com. And if you don't know what that website is, I'll put it on screen now. But yeah, this is just the thumbnail maker. It will ask you for a free account. You don't have to pay for an account. It just asks for your basic email. You can sign in with your Google account though. I'm already signed in, that's why I'm on this page. But you can just change the backdrop. I mean, it's not as exhaustive as Canva. You know, they make it really streamlined, so your sole attention is focused on your project, not anywhere else. You know, trying to hunt everything down. You know, because it's, you know, on Canva there was just a long list of resources and selections. Here is just the bare minimum, just to get you, you know, essentially on it, and without wasting much time trying to locate where things is. So if you wanted just to do some shapes, you know, definitely worth having a go at it, because whatever you do design wise, it ain't permanent. You can undo the changes. So I'm just gonna very quickly just make a design up. So learn gardening with me. So it's going to put that text in there. It's going to change my font size and font colors. Then I'll go into line height, so then the word doesn't have long spaces in between them. So it's going to change the shape. I'm just going to put it down there. Then I might have some images of the background there. But you see how it works, everybody. I mean, elements, you know, you got your social media icons, but you don't really need that for your thumbnails. You know, your photo stuff there. So yeah, definitely worth having a go, everybody. That is the website to do your thumbnails, your graphics and things. So do have a go at that, and let me know if it has helped. So yeah, for your mobile cellular, everybody. So if you want to do any live streaming, I know I didn't really touch on this at all really, but if you do want to live stream on the go and you don't want to pay much money for your tariffs, I do suggest looking at this website. They have some incredible deals. You know, like giffgaff is popular at the moment, 20 gigabytes for £10 a month. Generally it's going to be about £10-ish. You might get it for £8, but as you're doing a live stream, you don't want to run out of data. It's important to get unlimited if you can, but it all depends how often you want to go live. If it's for like half an hour, maybe the 5 gigabyte will do. But if you're using it then for like table service in Wetherspoons and things, and the Wi-Fi is not that great, you know, it does. You do have to ask the question if that's going to be a right data package for myself. But it's definitely not worth spending any more than a tenner for your cellulars. You know, there's 10 gigabyte there, it's quite reasonable. But yeah, definitely have a look at that page, everybody. But obviously you've got to get an unlocked device as well. So it's entirely important when you're doing it on Amazon or eBay, look for the unlocked variant. Because if you don't look for that and you order it anyway, you could find yourself committed to a certain network. And when that has happened, it's a nightmare trying to unlock the device for you to get on other networks. So it's definitely ideal to make sure you read what you're purchasing before it is finalized. But that's going to conclude the video, everybody. I hope this has got you started really for your content creating journey. Let me know if you want any of the videos done about this subject. But apart from that, everybody, I'll see you on the next one. See you. Thanks for watching.